Hi everybody, Jeffrey K. Howard here, Vegas Film Critic, here with my top 5 Memorial Day picks for 2016. As you all know, Memorial Day is when we remember our veterans, those who have fallen and those who have served. And I'm a big advocate of the military and of our veterans because since I'm a coward, I never served, but I try to serve in my own way by Veterans Day parades, by donating, my time and causes. I have just an extreme appreciation for all the men and women who serve in our armed forces, and also all those who have fallen before us to give us our freedom. I'm just totally appreciative and thankful. So here are my top 5 movies for you to watch as you're barbecuing, maybe afterward, if you want to catch a great film that honors our veterans. Here's my top 5 picks. Coming at number 5 is a comedy. It's Stripes. Yes, that's right. Bill Murray and Harold Ramis, who joined the army to avoid jail, I think it was, or get women or something like that. Great comedy. The great Ivan Reitman directed it, and it's got John Candy, who I just adore. I miss him every day. They get John Larroquette as their commander, and of course the great Warren Oates as Sergeant Holka with the big toe. So, my camera's shutting down. Seriously, I just started. Man, I hate the Sony NX7. I've got to get a different camera. The thing always says it's overheating when it's not overheating. I hate this camera. All right, I'm sorry. Anyway, number 5, I just started. Stripes. Check it out. Very funny. All right, let's see what's at number 4. Coming at number 4, which I think is Tom Cruise's one of his best performances. He should have won the Academy Award. Born on the 4th of July, about a returning serviceman who goes off to his country and goes to Vietnam, comes back and finds out that the country is just totally turned on him. And it's about his opening his eyes to the anti-war effort. An amazing, powerful film from director Oliver Stone. It just shows the innocence and of a young boy from Massapequa, Long Island, about the horrors of war, and then coming back and finding just a really rough time in American history. Really an amazing film, Born on the 4th of July. I love it. I love the music from John Williams in that. It's just some of the most haunting, chilling music you'll ever hear. Just a very powerful film. One of my favorite things in my collection, when I got to meet Tom Cruise, he signed my Laserdisc cover of Born on the 4th of July. The only time I ever met Tom Cruise. I wonder what I did with that. Coming at number 3 is Battlefront. This is a classic film starring Van Johnson about the Battle of the Bulge. And what's really interesting about Battlefront is that, Hollywood does Hollywood, so it's almost like these over-the-top kind of cliche action films. But Battlefront really showed the struggles that the Battle of the Bulge endured and what our veterans were going through during World War II. It was one of the first films to really show kind of a seriousness side to it, that it wasn't approached to kind of like a John Wayne kind of, rock and roll kind of attitude. And it's just a really powerful film. Ricardo Montalban's in it, and it's got an all-star cast. So if you haven't seen Battlefront, I watch it at least a couple times a year. So make sure you check that out for this Memorial Day. Coming in number 2 is one of my all-time favorite films in general, Stanley Kubrick's The Paths of Glory, starring Kirk Douglas, about World War I and the French leading a revolt against their own commanders. And Kirk Douglas is just one of the best roles ever. Where's my picture? I have an autographed picture. I hope you don't think I'm bragging, but look, this is my original. That's John Voight. How do I do this? I'm looking at the monitor, sorry. This way. This is my original. How do I do this? I'm really weird. This way. I'm looking at everything's backwards. This is my Kirk Douglas autograph. This is a vintage photo from Paths of Glory, and I met him for that movie he did with his son, with Michael Douglas. I can't remember. It's something about All in the Family or something. My memory's bad. Anyway, I brought this in. I have a great story about how I met Kirk Douglas. I was doing another junket, and they came to me and they said, "Can you see enough of that now?" They said to me, "Jeff, I'm blocking the mic, aren't I?" They said, "Jeff, we have Kirk Douglas downstairs. Would you, we're only asking a few people to talk to him for this movie." I was like, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" No, they called me. I'm sorry. They called me and told me that. And that's how I got the photo. I got on eBay and I found this vintage photo of him from Paths of Glory. And I went to do an interview with him. All these interviews are in my garage on beta. I've got to get them transferred over. So stick with my channel over the next year. You're going to start seeing all my interviews over the past 20 years start seeing the light of day again. And Paths of Glory is just one of the most powerful anti-war films. Kubrick is top of his game, and this was early in his career. So a true story about the French military revolting against some of their commanders because they weren't fighting hard enough. I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it because there's some spoilers. But anyway, Kirk Douglas and Paths of Glory, one of my most prized possessions. Fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, check it out for this Memorial Day Movie-thon. And coming in at number 1, of course, my top pick for Memorial Day weekend is The Best Years of Our Lives. And this is my Laserdisc right here, believe it or not. And look at this. Look how this used to, this was the day when movie lovers, laser files as we were called. I have thousands of these. But look at this, and it's got special documentary on it. I also have the DVD over there. Hold on one second. I also have this special edition DVD right here. And I also have another version somewhere. I have a bunch of Best Years of Our Lives. People go, well, why do you have that, Jeff? Because it's my favorite movie of all time. Now, of course, I got to clarify that, because a lot of people ask me, what is your favorite movie of all time? And as a critic, you got to be ready with that. And my answer truly is split in two. For the common moviegoer, who's not a classic film fan, who doesn't know film history, is Jaws. And that is 100%. I have Jaws stories. I went to Jaws' 30th anniversary to Martha's Vineyard. I talked to Spielberg about Jaws. I have books on Jaws, autographed pictures. I mean, I'm a Jaws fanatic. I mean, that is my favorite film. But then, for the person who's a classic movie fan, who knows film history, I love The Best Years of Our Lives. The movie had such an impact on me when I first saw it, and I have a whole collection of lobby cards and a 3-sheet from my buddy Gino, the critic, Gino Salomon from over there in Milwaukee. He gave me this poster that I had restored that's hanging in my movie room. You should be seeing a picture that way. You should see a picture of it right there. Had it restored and hangs proudly in my movie room. And anyway, The Best Years of Our Lives is an amazing film because it describes the return of 3 servicemen from World War II. And when you think of Hollywood and you think of these movies, they're, I don't want to say cliche, they built for action adventure, and they really didn't reflect what was happening on. That's why I love movies of the 70s, or even some films that every decade kind of reflect what society is. Not all films, but movie tastes and everything, from the 1950s, all the horror films were a reflection on the Cold War and communism and all kinds of metaphors and everything going on. But when you think of World War II films, you just think of battles and people dying heroically or whatever great story. You never knew about servicemen returning home, that there was any kind of problems. How did they integrate after World War II? There's a great line in this movie where one of the store managers, when Dana Andrews is looking for a job, and he goes back to his own soda shop and drugstore, and the manager says, who used to be underneath him, he used to work for him at the soda store, said, nobody's job is safe with all these servicemen around. So there was all this animosity. The GI Bill turned everything around, but there was all this animosity of returning servicemen. So this shows Friedrich March, Dana Andrews, and of course the great Harold Russell, one of the great Hollywood stories, lost both his arms in World War II, but he was not a actor by any sense. And my camera's shutting down again. Are you flippin' kidding me? All right, I'm sorry about that. My camera shut down again. It keeps saying it's overheating when it's not overheating. It's some sort of glitch with the Sony NEX7. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I was talking about Best Years of Our Lives. I'll wrap it up. Harold Russell lost both of his arms. He was an actual Navy serviceman that Samuel Goldwyn cast because the authenticity is just an amazing performance. Only man to win 2 Oscars for the same role. And I am proud. Look at this. How do I do this? That's him right there. Harold Russell. To Jeff. Can you see the microphone? There we go. To Jeff. I have so much in my collection. If you want to come by and visit me sometime, I got so much stuff in my collection. Just Hollywood stuff, autographs, everyone I've ever met. But just classic film. And especially if I love these movies, I have stuff that I've scoured eBay for the last 15 years. And I have such an amazing collection. So anyway, I could just do a whole thing on Best Years of Our Lives. I mean, I have the original book. I have soundtracks. This is the movie to watch this Memorial Day weekend. This movie sums up everything. And one of my biggest regrets is that I wrote to Samuel Goldwyn Jr., and I just wanted to meet him and tell him how much his father, produced this film and how much it meant to me. And I was going to meet him at Turner Classic Movies Film Festival last year, and he died, so unfortunately, but another great producer. But The Best Years of Our Lives, #1 for my pick for Memorial Day this year. All right, for more reviews and interviews, surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, so please subscribe if you like what you see. Also, I'm open to suggestions. If there's anything you would like me to review or any kind of story or opinion, just put something in the comments below. What's your favorite war movie for Memorial Day? Also, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And check me out on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. You know how it works. I'm Jeffrey Howard. Happy Memorial Day. Remember what the true meaning of this holiday is. Thank a veteran. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.